Shalom. I'm gonna start by giving all glory and praises to the Heavenly Father and Most High, Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai. The true name of the Heavenly Father's name is Yahweh, and the Son is name is Yahweh Shai, who dwelled with called Jesus Christ, who is the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, and the living Savior of the elect. The elect being 100,000 of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, which are the chosen people of the Heavenly Father and Most High, Yahweh, the Hebrew Israelites. Double on this, my apostles and elders, good millstone. So I'm Elder Pastor, and also the Archim in this truth, say the word of peace and citations to the reflected men across four corners of the earth, teaching his word. In no sincerity and truth, and no the confusion I face, I say Shalom. So this video, it's another video going into the mark of the beast being implanted by RFID the Microchip, spoken of in the book of Revelation. And it's an article which basically just shows you that the times that we're heading into, it's all building up for that chip. This is an article from the Seattle Times, and it says coronavirus, no mask, no service. And soon enough, that no mask is gonna be no chip. If you don't take that chip, you ain't gonna be able to operate in the society. You won't be able to buy and sell, as the scripture says in the book of Revelations, 13th chapter, which I'll get into. It all lines up with each other, man. And Esau slowly is desensitizing these people for that chip, man. And the way it seems right now, these people are easy gonna take that chip, man. They're not gonna come against it, man, or try rebel against that chip as the brothers are doing, as the people who are in the know are doing. But this is Revelation chapter 13 verse 15, and it says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that which many which should not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And he caused all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark on the right hand or in their forehead, and that no man might buy or sell if he had a mark or name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is the wisdom, let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for his number of a man, and number 636. And read it again and break it down. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many which should not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And that verse goes into Revelations chapter 20 verse 4, going into the hour of temptation, because we know some of the elect men are going to be martyrs for the truth. Some of the elect men are going to be headed for the word of Yahweh Shai. Verse 16, and he causes all both small and great. And who's he? He's Esau, the so-called white man, the devil that the Bible speaks of. Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai has given this kingdom to Esau, man. Through Esau's agenda, through his new order agenda, man, is part of it is to bring forth that chip, to get everyone microchipped, because through the pride of Esau, he thinks that he's the Most High. He thinks he can have control over everyone who dwells upon this earth, man, which goes back to his birthright, as he sold it to Jacob for a morsel of meat. And basically he wants to get that birthright back. That's why he's bringing forth this chip. That's why he has his Georgia Guidestones trying to keep humanity under 500 million. And he calls all both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. So it doesn't matter your status in society, whether you're homeless or whether you're rich, all gonna take that chip, man. And that's what scripture goes into. I think that this chip is gonna be brought forth to everyone, man. That I believe there's an exact scripture goes into it, but everyone is gonna be given the decision whether they're gonna take the chip or not. And it's gonna come to a point in time where that chip's gonna be mandatory, man. It's not gonna be an option, because right now you've got companies, for example, in Wisconsin, who rely on their employees to voluntarily take the chip for stuff like transportation, like in Sweden, or vending machines, man, just to buy stuff, man. But soon enough, that the time's gonna come where that chip is gonna be the new form of currency, man. And Esau could bring forth that chip through the way of a vaccine. And there's been various articles and videos going into Bill Gates and his agenda to bring forth that chip, through a vaccine. And he calls all both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in the right hand or in their foreheads. If you go into the word mark, in the Greek, it's charagma. Get it right now. Go into the meaning of that word. This is the key to understanding the scripture, man, to understand the whole prophecy. So I'm gonna play this real quick. If it plays. Forget about it, man.
Strong's G 5480. Kharagma.
Alright.
Kharagma.
It's the outline of the usage. It says a stamp and a printed mark. The mark stamped upon the foreheads of the right hand of the Antichrist. And I'm gonna read that again. Of the mark stamped upon the foreheads or the right hand, as your badge that follows the Antichrist. A mark branded upon horses, thin carved, sculpture, graven work of idolatrous image. So that's what the word mark in Revelations 13, chapter 13, verse 17 goes into that mark of idolatrous image. Because if you take that chip, you're basically saying that Esau is your God. Especially if you're an Israelite, man, you're basically doing away with the power of Yahweh Shema Shai and choosing Esau to be your God. And that's why it says in Revelation the 14th chapter, verse 10, I believe, how Yahweh Shema Shai will bring indignation to this whole world, man, very soon, man. Which I'll get into, Lord willing. As it says, thing carved sculpture with work. For that chip for you to have that chip, it needs to be inserted into your skin. That's more proof, further proof that this is the chip, man. And that no man might buy or sell if you didn't mark with the name of the beast or the number of his name. Yeah, man, that's what's gonna happen, man. I'm gonna play a video. This basically goes into what's gonna happen if you don't take the chip and you wanna buy or you wanna sell.
Please identify yourself. Please identify yourself. Please identify.
Glory to man.
What?
Hey. Glory to man.
Glory to man. Glory to man. I need to use your phone. It's very important. And your payphone doesn't work. My wife I need to talk to.
Let me see your hand.
Excuse me.
Hey! I've got one!
I've been marked. I'm okay.
That's what's gonna happen, man. If you don't take that chip, man, you're basically being out of society. You want to buy or sell. And this movie is called Tribulation, and it's on YouTube. Like the full movie's on YouTube, man. It basically just shows you, man, the things which are gonna happen to people who don't take that chip, especially to the men of the Lord. It's gonna be even worse. And that movie shows you, you have two options: either you take the chip or you get killed, man. And that's it, man. Basically saying if you take that chip, man, he's gonna grant you everything that you ever wish for and more. If you don't take that chip, you're gonna be killed, man. And that's where you have to believe in Yahweh Shema Shai. All that you've learned, that the brothers have taught you, man, it has to be applied. Because some of us are gonna have to face death for the truth. It says verse 18. Here's wisdom, him that have understanding, count the number of the beast, what is the number of man, and his number 636, which is 666. So, yeah, man. Topic of the video: no mask, no service. As I said, no mark, no mask, no service, no mark, no sell. And that's what it's gonna come down to, man, very, very soon. And as I said, Esau is synthesizing the masses for that chip. And it's evident that people are gonna take the chip, man. Just look how they're reacting now with this coronavirus, man. So you got Esau doing the absolute most. Not trying to try not quote unquote get infected. So if if Esau comes with phase 2 or round 2 of this coronavirus, more people will die. You know, these people are gonna take that chip, man. All it needs to happen is for more death to be on the news, and there's something even worse, catastrophic, to happen for these people to take that chip, man. And if you take that chip, man, you're basically selling your soul, man, to the devil, man, because you're gonna be a slave to Esau, man. Everything that you do, Esau's gonna have control over, man. You can have control over your finances, or you can where you are, your location, everything, man. So I'll go to Revelation 14th chapter. Here's verse 8. It says, "And there followed another angel, saying, Babylon is fallen, the great city, because she made all nations aware of the wrath of her fornication." Babylon is America, and all nations drink the wine of her fornication. Talking about the philosophies, man, the ideologies, the way of living, shall I say, that stems from Babylon the Great, man, which is nothing but wickedness, man. Decreeing unrighteous decrees, everything which is against the laws, such commandments of Yahweh Shema Shai. That's what's uplifted in this place. And they followed them, saying with a loud voice, "If anyone worship the beast and his image and receive his mark upon his forehead and his hand, the same shall drink the wine of the wrath of Yahweh, which is poured out about mixture, and to cover with indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels, and in the presence of the Lamb. Here's wisdom, and the smoke of their torment shall ascend up forever and ever. They have rest day and all night who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever received the mark of his name. Here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of Yahweh and the faith of Yahweh Shai," and that's the elect. Because the elect men are not going to take that chip. 100,000 men are not going to take the mark of the beast, man. I think at least in First Kings, it goes into how Yahweh Shema Shai has 7,000 men which have not bowed their knee to Baal Satan. And the 7,000 men was talking about the elect, the 104,000 men, because 7 it represents completion. So 7 can mean any number, man. But we know it's the 104,000 men. They're not the one who are gonna take that chip. So yeah, man. Verse 10. There's the same drink the wine of the wrath of Yahweh, which is poured out about mixture. There's a cup of indignation, and indignation is righteous anger, and it should be torn with fire and brimstone. And that fire and brimstone is going into them eyes and missiles, the nuclear missiles that are going to be dropped on the land of America, which is the judgment for America, man. The judgment for Edom. That's his empire. So that fire and brimstone, when World War III pops off, when nuclear missiles is being shot from country to country, America is gonna drink that fat cup of indignation, man. Above all nations, America is gonna drink the biggest cup out of them all, man. Because that's where basically where all wickedness stems from. That's where you get Job 9:24. Earth in the hand of the wicked, he covered the face of the judge of, if not where Uzi, man. It's wicked, man. You got Esau depicting how shy to be a so-called white man. Our people have fallen off from Yahweh Shema Shai, and Esau, he's the reason why we're in this predicament, man. If you watch that movie, Tribulation, it basically shows you, man, the trickery of Esau, man, and our people, and how we continue to go off, and that's by the way of Esau, man. Putting pork on our food, all types of things. But yeah, man. I'm enough there, but giving all glory and praise to the Heavenly Father, the Most High, Yahweh Shema Shai. I hope it's edifying.